Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Give me hugs. Give me hugs. Come on. Give me hugs and kisses. Okay, good. You good? You doing okay? All right, this is going to be a fun video. We're going to show you some things today, and there's a lot of hopefulness in what we're doing right here, so you're going to go along with the ride with me. We're incubating eggs, and we're going to candle them today. Let me just real quick explain to you 3 scenarios that are happening right now on our farm so the whole story makes sense. So give me just a second, okay? Here's the deal, Lucille. I have 2 incubators down here at the house. Right now, currently, we're in my little bathroom. It's a mess. Just ignore it, okay? Like my hair, just ignore it, okay? We're moving along. So I have an incubator here in the bathroom because we have counter space. There's space in my home is sometimes an issue, so we have to do what works, right? So I have an incubator here in the house. I'd already set the eggs in here, and they are all turkey eggs, okay? We're on about day 18-ish, roughly, and turkey eggs go to 28 days. So we're beginning to close in on, not yet, but we're getting closer to what you call lockdown period, which means you leave the eggs alone, they don't turn anymore, you up the humidity, yada, yada, yada. That'll be about day 25. So I want to go ahead and go through these eggs while we're doing everything and see what has viable babies in them, okay? Some of these eggs may not have anything in them at all. They're just sitting there. We want to get those out because we don't want them to get too hot or rot or explode or something crazy, because that could ruin the whole thing. So that's why we're incubating eggs. That's why you incubate eggs along the way. Typically, you do it around day 7 to 10. Then you typically do it again before lockdown period, and you kind of watch and see what's going on, okay? That's typically what I do. I got behind due to a death in the family, but we're going to pick up today and we're moving on, right? We're going to get our job done. So I'm going to start with these turkey eggs. Now, let me tell you something that you're going to see in here, okay? The turkey eggs have 2 eggs that are very special. And here's why. Up at my barn, I have a turkey hen that is Miss Janet. She is on eggs. She went broody. She started laying a clutch. I knew she was. I let her go. I wanted to see what she would do, and she started setting on those eggs. There were 13 eggs. They may not all have come from her, but she allowed a clutch to build, and she would lay in there as well. So I think several other hens, at least 1 or 2, were laying as well. I'm pretty confident in that. So she was on 13 eggs, and I've posted about that. Sadly, 4 of the eggs fell off, okay? And she was up. I found them. Here's the thing. Those 4 eggs cracked. The shell cracked on those turkey eggs. I candled them. 2 of them at that time had the beginnings of a viable poult in them, and which is, you know, a little traumatic because they're cracked, right? What do? The other 2, no-goes. There was nothing in them. They were not fertilized. So I disposed of the 2 that were no-goes, and then the 2 that I knew at that time had functioning, moving babies, okay, life moving in them. I brought them down here, and I had some space in this incubator. So I put them with their brothers and sisters, so to speak, down here because I taped them. You're going to see it. I put Scotch tape on them. There's different methods that you can use in order to do this, and here's why I did it. It was just the outer shell, and you'll see it, that was cracked or cracked in. The membranes, or the main membrane, the outer membrane, was still intact. That means they have a chance. Anytime that we can save life, we're absolutely going to save life. So I taped them, and I did a little special marking on them. I put them on the outside. They've been rotating. We're going to check them today and see if they're doing good, okay? We're going to see if the Scotch tape babies, the Scotch tape turkeys are doing well. So that's what we're going to do. Then we're going to move into the kitchen area where I have a smaller incubator that has chicken eggs. We have to get the chicken eggs done today because we are officially going into lockdown now. So what I want to do is check those, see who's doing good or what's a no-go, so I can lock down that incubator now. Here's the deal. Chicken eggs typically hatch by 21 days. Turkeys typically hatch by day 28. So we have a spread here. But we're going to candle all together, move quick. I'll explain some things on some, or you'll get to see some things because it's a lot of eggs, and we'll see how we end up, and let's get started. Ask me any questions. I'll do the best that I can to answer them for you, but I'm really anxious to see how these taped babies are doing. We've done this in the past before, and it has worked, okay? We saved the babies. Mama up at the barn is doing great. She hasn't moved a muscle. She does get up at least once a day and eat, drink, have her broody poop, and she goes back. We're about to move her to a separate setting where she is more secluded so that the babies hatch. They're within a large trough. I have videos on all of these topics all over the place on my channel over the many years we've been on YouTube. So we'll see what we do here, and we'll keep you posted along the way, but let's get candling. Okay, real quick, I don't know if you can see it with the lack of lighting in here. It's not completely dark, but it is darker. You can see I kind of marked those right here, but you can see there's the tape right there where the egg shell was cracked in, and the other one is, I don't think it's as bad. So if this is going in and out, guys, I apologize. You can see it's doing that, but we're gonna do the best that we can. So we're not in lockdown yet here with the turkey eggs, like I said, but we do want to minimize any issues going forward. What I mean by that is we want to pull out any eggs, like I said, that were never fertilized to begin with, or unfortunately may have a demise. So that's what we're going to do right here with our Nurture Right 360. Okay, so real quick, the Nurture Right 360 has a candler on it. I'm just so used to using something like this. I've had this for years. Over the years, you're going to see this right here. It's the Magic Fly Egg Candler. Got it off Amazon. I'll put a link down below. Personally, I think this is a good thing to have because, like for me, if I have to go up to the barn and use it, I can do that. I can also use my phone. You just want a general idea if there's life. So we're going to start, look here. Now what's going to happen is if there's life in these eggs right here, that's the taped babies right here. What I will do is I will remove, can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. I will remove, there it is, you can see, I will remove this tape as we go into lockdown period so they can pip, so that there's no issue with the tape. So I just want to let you know at some point going forward, I will remove the tape if I feel we've got live action in there. All right, let's see what we got here, guys. Definitely has been growth and development in there. Now, sometimes there's, as they get, you know, older per se, along the way in terms of growth and development, they don't move as much. So we definitely have a baby in here. We're going to come back and check this one out again. Okay, do you see here the difference between the other footage prior and this? This is not a fertilized egg. What you're seeing in here, see how it just illuminates? It looks like a lava lamp. I always call it my little lava lamps. They're bright. There's no movement. You don't see any type of veining or circulatory system. Basically, all you're seeing here, folks, is the yolk. So this is not a fertilized egg. There's no baby. So we're going to take this out and discard it, okay? Just showing you the difference. Here is the next egg. There is movement, a little bit of movement. I'm noticing that they're not moving very much. It's getting so late into the incubation period, they're just not moving as much. But you can see right there, you have the air sac right there at the bottom where it's really bright. Then you're moving up to where the baby is, the little poult. And let's see if I can move it. This is later. Yeah, you've got some movement in there. So here we have a viable egg, viable baby right here. So I hope the majority are going to look this way, but just know a lot. Oh, see, oh, boop, boop. Just note the difference. If it looks like a bright lava lamp and you just have a yolk in there and you're way past day 5, guys, it's just a no-go. Okay? All right, we're going to put her back. So what we're looking at is 13 eggs, turkey eggs right now. 12 of the 13 look pretty good. This one right here, the first one, I'm concerned about. Honestly, I'm not sure it's made it. I'm going to give it another day or two because I'm not seeing a whole lot of movement. This one I saw a little bit of movement, but the others are doing the same. And I've really had to work with them to see movement. So I'm giving this another day or two. We'll check it again. I already know it's probably the scenario, but I always like to verify because sometimes sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you just never know. So 13 is what we're looking at total, and we'll see how it comes along. When we get close to lockdown period, this tray right here will come out. They will stop moving and rotating. They will be at total standstill. Okay, we're not there yet, but we're well on our way. All right, guys, so you can see we moved into the kitchen area, and this is where I've kept this new little incubator, okay? I have a lot of older incubators, and I wanted to get a new, smaller one. So I have silky eggs, some olive eggers, just a little mix of eggs in here. This is the first incubation in terms of my chicken eggs of the season since my girls started laying. So my hatch rate may not be that great the first time around, or I may not have a whole lot of fertilized eggs in here because the girls were getting back into the swing of things. I have not shown this incubator yet because I want to see how I like it. So I'm in the midst of doing that. So far, I really like it. It does have a little candler, has all the information on it, and it has 2 bottles of water. You fill it and it holds your water for you. So this is the one that's been holding the water up to this point, up before lockdown. And then we're going to have to add water again to this one, which is going to be the first time it's had water, so that we maintain a high humidity. That's what we're switching to today. So I'm going to go through and see what we've got here. Honestly, I don't expect a whole lot from this because it's the first ones of the season, okay? It's the first time of the season. A lot of times you have better fertilization going on as it's gotten warmer. You know, they get busy out there. All right, let's see what we're doing here. I'm going to use my regular candler, not the one here, just to make sure so we know where we are in terms of lockdown. Okay, so I'm going to put on my hat here and spare you from my bad hair day. So here's the deal with the chicken eggs. This incubator over here, I really like it so far. There is a baby that is chirping inside one of the eggs right now. So we're moving into lockdown and pip, okay? Pipping means that's when they finally take their little egg tooth and they chip through. They start breaking through. That's the initial thing that they do, is that little pip. And then as they start to hatch, they unzip the egg, and that's part of the process with that little egg tooth. Have 12 eggs in the incubator. 4 of the eggs were a no-go from the very get-go. There was nothing in them, and unfortunately, it's my silky eggs. Silkies are tough. They can be tough. So we have 8 babies in there as of this moment that are viable, doing great, moving into lockdown period. So I will make sure the humidity is up. I will keep an eye on it. They will not rotate anymore, and we will go from there. So fingers crossed on a good hatch with these babies as well as the turkeys. As far as the mama up there, not doing anything with her yet, but we already have the trough ready for her to move into. She will be separated and protected so she can hatch all of her babies peacefully. So we will move her probably in the next few days because we're getting close, right? So I will put a link down below if you want to check out this little incubator. A lot of incubators get very expensive nowadays. And so far, this one has been very affordable considering, I mean, $50-something is not a bad deal. And also, it seems to be working very well. It's very convenient. So I'll keep you posted. So we're moving into our first batches of babies for the season. Fingers crossed. I'll keep you posted. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. We'll talk it out. Guys, even if you're a cracked egg, and we all are, just put a little tape on it, say a prayer, and move forth. Every life matters. Everything matters with human life and baby life everywhere. And we do the best that we can to save it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Pray, prep, and be peaceful. I know some of the footage is a little dark, but this is how candling can be tough. Candling can be tough. All right, I hear that baby. I want to film it. Just beep, beep, beep. Soon enough, we'll have them. I'll see you on the next video.